All right, welcome back to Cyber Security Unfiltered, Unfiltered, something unfiltered. I don't
Cyber
know.
Unfiltered. Come on.
Or I don't even know. I don't even know what day of the week it
Windows
is. I don't know
10
what's going on.
filtered into the garbage can. I don't know.
Oh
It's
man.
filtering and unfiltering.
Well, I think, like we were talking beforehand, I think we should jump right into what Bob was talking about with an unfortunate situation. There's a lot of people out there updating phones right now. New iPhones out, shiny iPhones out. We have. I guess there's a little gotcha there that Bob wants to talk about.
Yeah. So it's I posted a newsletter this morning, and a lot of people are running to upgrade their iPhones because Apple's got their latest one. It's the end of the year. Christmas is coming, and so people guys are going into the store and getting new phones. Well, have you thought about the data that's on that phone beforehand? Because I had somebody called me up and go, I can't find my contacts. They're all gone. Well, he went into the Verizon or Apple store. I don't know which one, but he took his phone in and they handed him a shiny new phone. He said, thank you very much, and walked out. Turned it on and started downloading stuff. Well, turns out his iCloud account, he'd been getting messages forever that he didn't have enough storage. The new phones are what? Minimum 256 gig of data.
Yep.
He had a 5 gig iCloud account, so
Get all your stuff.
there.
So let me do the math there. 256 minus 5. Okay,
One's bigger than the other.
Yeah.
So that with these big phones, the new hidden tactic from Apple is we're going to get $10 more a month from everybody just to give you a cloud backup of the data that's on your phone. Because looking at that phone, how much stuff do you have on your phone that runs your life?
Pictures.
You got health data, you got pictures, and
Pictures
I
aren't
know
Video.
I lost the pictures on my phone from the vacation last week. Some people would be a little upset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this guy turned the phone in, and was it reset? Who knows? But there's a bunch of data sitting out there now, and so the funny thing is, if you ask, you can keep these devices for usually up to 30 days when you're doing these trade-ins.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, if you kept the phone, we could have just done a transfer from phone to phone. You'd have been up and running, and it would be end of discussion.
They're not hard.
Let's talk about this as a general. Like Google only gives you 15 gigs. Still not enough, right?
Yeah.
So Apple gives you 5, Google gives you 15. You need to pay for storage if you're going to leverage these devices. Google used to on the Pixel give you unlimited storage for photos, but that ended 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
but storage on both platforms is cheap. I mean, to have your whole phone backed up, you're looking at a few bucks. Literally a few bucks.
I think you get like 2 terabytes on Apple.
I get 2 terabytes of data now from Apple for $10 a month.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's family shared, so I get back. Everybody's phone backs up into it.
And Google's about the same. Not that I would ever talk about using a Pixel or an Android or an iPhone around Chris, because we don't have time for that argument. I think similar.
I'm sick of the green. I'm sick of the green bubbles, man.
I want that green bubble and you like it.
I want that blue. But it's a bigger thing. It's a bigger problem, right? So I'll give you a strategy for your contacts. If it's a business phone used for business purposes, you can sync it to, like, if you have Microsoft 365, you can sync your contacts to Microsoft 365 through Outlook.
Yeah.
Problem solved. You don't have to worry about that part. The pictures thing, all the data, that's a different story. But like, there's ways to do this, and you just have to plan for it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a personal phone
even if you don't do any of that stuff, there's other ways to back it up. I mean, there's multiple other ways to back it up that you can find online or ask someone.
Or even back it up to your computer before you go turn the thing in.
But don't trust you've got all your stuff until you actually see that you've got all your stuff. I think that's what it really comes down to in the end.
Oh, yeah. Well, what Bob was mentioning earlier before we got on here is, if you're using multi-factor authentication, you really need to move that over, because it's kind of
pain. You want to reset all that up?
The last update I did personally, I needed my phone to go complete it before I wiped it.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, you just think about it's stuff I know, but like, I also use another I sync my photos and my videos off my phone, not just to iCloud, for photos. I also sync them to another cloud storage in the background. So for that really important stuff, I don't even trust Apple for that. Like I actually sync them off to something else as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good practice because, like Bob said, if you lost the pictures from last week, or let's say it was a wedding pictures, anniversary pictures, baby pictures, like let's be real, if you lost that and your phone was the only one on there, one, you're gonna feel like shit, and then two, your spouse is probably gonna murder you. So
yeah.
But in all seriousness, I think
yeah.
you said, Chris, is a great practice of just one backup's not okay. I mean, sometimes things fail, sometimes things happen. Who knows if you're going to lose your Apple account or something. So if
sometimes
those photos,
just not paying the bill.
well, that too. But marriages have ended over less. So just copy it somewhere. It doesn't have to be a paid service. Think ahead. That's all I'm trying to say. I'd be super sad if I lost all my kid pictures. I mean, that's really kind of the most important data I have.
Yeah. So, if you're going to migrate phones, make sure you have enough storage first. Make sure it's all working.
And always make sure you wipe those things out before you give them back to the guy in the store, because you don't know where that phone's going to end up.
Yeah, and if you get the trade in from Apple or whatever, if you don't turn off Find My phone and you send it back in, they won't even give you credit because they can't transfer the phone.
Right.
So
anyway, Chris, what's going on with Jaguar?
Oh baby, the story that just won't end. Oh, I love this story.
I'm giving.
Gift that keeps on, well, not to us, it just keeps giving shit to a lot of people in the UK. So last Friday, they finally they released more crucial details to this attack. It was 100% ransomware. They had a ton of data that was stolen and exfiltrated prior to the encryption.
Mm-hmm.
It included commercial data and personal information of some of their employees. They're notifying them. They unequivocally said they will not pay the ransom. So that was part of it. And the systems had to be rebuilt from a secure backup rather than decrypted. So, and it sounds like they didn't necessarily know where the entry point was. So that's another thing that took so long.
Oh boy.
Their total output, and we're 6 weeks post when this happened, they're back up to 15 to 20%. That's it.
I believe that's a failing grade. I mean,
that's
A, B, C, D, E, or Z's here.
Unofficially, internal communications to suppliers are saying they are hoping for a mid-November return to full production. Hoping.
End of
November?
Strategy,
folks. Middle of November. Mid-November. Yep. Hope is a strategy, folks. Just remember that.
But it's not a good one.
The 500 million pound government loans they're supposed to be giving to the suppliers is still having a problem. Loan disbursement's a little slow. The first 75 million pounds went out. It was transferred to approximately 80 of the most critically affected suppliers. I don't even know if I have a number of suppliers. That's 80, and that's only 75 million. Think about that. Like, was that 15% has been deployed to 80 critical suppliers? How many suppliers do they have? Anyway, the funds have reportedly prevented several more imminent bankruptcies, but they worry that it remains extremely fragile, and it really is dependent on the ability of Jaguar Land Rover to return to full production soon. So this is...
It sounds like a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, to be honest.
It's insane. Like I said before, being in Detroit, if this happened to like one of the big three, I can't even imagine the devastation.
Yeah.
It was Scattered Spider that's been officially named.
They've been busy.
Yeah. They're not the ones who usually do the ransomware. They're the ones the social engineers that get in. So they probably use, but they're part of a group right now. They've been doing this stuff. Although they retired allegedly, they still kept posting shit. So whatever. Yeah, just incredible. We don't even know the total impact of this. Like I said, there's close to 200,000 jobs affected by this And if they don't come back online soon enough, that's going to be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So think about the impact to your business. Think about what would happen if your supply chain was disrupted at this massive of a scale.
How
Even
long
if you
is it
don't use it, many people.
how these affect the a month and a half, a 2 month delay in production? What's that going to do to the U.S. To the U.S. dealers? It's going to trickle down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they sell luxury vehicles, so they're not like, the good news for them is they're not a high volume thing. Like if Chevy or Ford, that's more of a, or Toyota or something like that, was more of a high volume problem, like that would be probably a much bigger ripple impact on us.
But I do kind of wonder, is it just more delayed? Because if they're at 20% production at some point, I figure we got to be out of cars at some point here.
Well, nobody's buying Jaguars right now. It's probably just Land Rovers mostly.
Either way,
to be fair, there's been a little bit of controversy.
For them to make payroll, I assume they got to sell something. If they're out of things to sell, that's got to hurt at this end too.
Money's just made up. It's not.
It's all they hand it over. It's so fake. I'll take yours.
The government will just give it out to you. But think about this. This is a massive supply chain problem. It's a massive problem for the UK. It's a massive problem for people that support these people that might lose their jobs because they worked at a supplier that relied on Jaguar Land Rover. The ripple effect through an economy when this happens is immense. And we don't think about it. We don't talk about it. We want to put our heads in the sand and say, oh, this will never happen here. Never happen to us. They've had 3 major attacks in the UK this year. We have major attacks all the time, but like 3 major attacks in a much smaller economy than ours. That's a big deal. So think about that. Think about that in your business. Are you really reliant on one customer way too much? And if you are, you got to look at yourself and realize, and I know as a small company, you have customers that are going to be a bigger percentage of your revenue.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I don't remember who it was, but I thought they said that, like, if you wanted to be a supplier for UPS, for example, they would not take on suppliers if they were going to be more than 50% of that company's business.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they decided to stop working with them for whatever reason, they didn't want to be the ones named for shutting them down.
Yeah. Diversify.
So, oh, by the way, speaking of Jaguars, they're finding more and more. They're finding more Jaguars in Arizona that were thought to have been like kind of extinct here because they moved to Mexico. So that's really cool news. Has nothing to do with the car. I just think it's cool that Jaguars are coming back.
I didn't know where we're going with this.
No, seriously. Like, okay. First of all, I didn't say Cougars, so don't laugh. I said Jaguars, but yeah, they found multiple. They've done trail cams and stuff like that. They're seeing Jaguars who really haven't roamed the U.S. in a long time.
That's actually really neat. I've heard of that happening with a couple bird species too, like some rare form of eagle.
Unfortunately, this is somebody might cancel me for this. The border wall that's being done in Arizona can actually affect these Jaguars because they can't roam in between Mexico and the United States. Mm-hmm. So it might actually hurt their recovery because of that. So we got to be, we got to think about that. But it's actually really healthy for the Jaguar to come back. Although they are a rather large cat, but I think they've only seen 4 or 5 of them. So it's not like some large population explosion.
I'll adopt one. Here, kitty.
Yeah, they're kind of big.
Murder kitty.
Yeah, they're kind of big and they're kind of fast. Maybe want to rethink that one. But,
murder mittens. I want to
murder mittens. I love that. That should be the name of it. Honestly, that should be the name of it. Okay, moving on. We're at the end of an era, guys. The end of an era.
Windows 10.
Oh, I got stats for you. I bring the juice for this. All right.
Oh, I don't think
How many PCs do you think are going to be left behind because they can't run Windows 11?
Well, define left behind. Are we talking about
they don't support,
or people just not?
No. They don't support the security. They don't support the necessary security and hardware requirements to upgrade to Windows 11.
I'm guessing 40%.
Worldwide. Just give me a number. Worldwide. Give me a number.
Oh, a metric shit ton. That's my number.
I would say that's going to be
Millions and millions and millions.
38% of PCs out there today. Probably more like 48, but
it's about 40%, but it's 240 million computers.
So I guess the percentage, right? I had no idea what that was statistically number-wise.
240 million don't even qualify to upgrade.
So they're really going to keep running insecurely, or they're going to be in dumpsters and recycling, and neither's really a good answer.
So we have options, right? What does end of life mean? Let's talk about that. End of life means that today is the last, October 14th is the last patch that you will get for Windows 10. They won't release another one. Although they said that for Windows 7, then they released a patch because of a major vulnerability. We'll see. Software will become incompatible with Windows 10 as people move on. Developers just won't support Windows 10 anymore. If you're in a compliance and regulatory game, you're in trouble. That's end game for you. But there's a path forward. Let's talk about that. You can upgrade to Windows 11 for free on a lot of computers. There's a PC health check app that's out there. You can simply run that. You can see if it's supported, and you can upgrade. Great. You can buy a new PC. You can also then pay for the ESU or extended security updates for up to 3 years. So Microsoft will patch it, but it's going to cost you every single year. And the first year in a business is $61 per computer. Not too bad. Not too bad, right?
But that's not a guarantee of software vendors continuing to want to support it for 3 years. True. So that's a factor, to be honest.
But we know historically software vendors don't jump ship right away.
No,
and
I get 3 years.
And honestly, this is the first time that Microsoft has offered this to consumers. They never offered extended security updates to consumers. It's a little cheaper for consumer than a business, but here's where it gets interesting in a business. And this is what they did with Windows 7. They double that cost every year. So next year, it'll be $122. And then the following year, it'll be $244.
And then you've bought a new computer anyway.
Do you really want to waste that much money? Essentially close to $400 or close to $300. It's actually, it's a little over $300. A little over $300 on something that's probably too old anyway. For the immediate future, $61 for a year. If you're not ready to upgrade and you got a bunch of them, you don't have the budget, 100% understand. Pay for the ESU.
Yep.
Now, is that going to mean that you're going to meet compliant regulatory concerns? Well, that's to be seen, right? That's not a us problem. That's a you problem still.
It's going to set off a lot of red flags, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and auditors may or may not be happy with that. You may have to say, hey, look, we're still getting security updates, which is important. They may tell you that that's not enough. So we're just schmucks on the internet having fun. So we're not giving legal advice. We're not giving business advice here. Well, maybe some business advice, but like you got to understand your regulatory and compliance landscape for your business and understand if that's something that fits. Now, for people that aren't tied to compliance or regulatory, most people will probably be fine doing the ESUs for a year. Still, highly suggest you replace the PC or upgrade it. If it's old enough, it doesn't make sense to upgrade. It really makes sense more to replace it and recycle that computer. And it's just one of those things where it's 10 years. But Microsoft has a 10-year support cycle. Windows 10 came out in 2015, to believe it or not.
Amazing.
100 years ago, honestly, but like 10 years. So it's an upgrade. You have to make a choice. Like I said, $61 for business. You can talk to any of us if you want to buy it. You can buy it straight from Microsoft, but any normal IT company. Basically, it's a code. It's a special key that gets put into your Microsoft admin account, 65 account. You can just apply it to your computers. So, upgrade, replace, or pay for the ESU. Those are your options. But Microsoft wants you to pay for the ESU because honestly, it seems pretty lucrative. You've got 240 machines, 240 million machines. Seems like a pretty lucrative business model for the next 3 years. The reason they only do 3 years is because they don't want to support it after that. If you are a huge enterprise and you want to pay just a ridiculous amount of money, Microsoft will sign deals with you. Think casinos, think banks, places like that where, I've walked into a casino and seen Windows XP still. So
some ATMs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not naming banks, but
yeah. 100%. So think about that.
But to be clear, that doesn't mean you can do it. That means they found a way to do it legally by paying tons of money for custom things they've built. So
yeah, if you don't care about money and you rather just if you don't care about money, you just want to burn money, then burn money and do it. But
yeah, for us smaller businesses, it's not an option for us, is what it comes down to. So 20 minutes, got it, Bob. Sorry.
Next week, we'll talk a little bit as we kind of get closer to wrapping up Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I think we want to talk about making this more of an action-oriented month, even though we're getting too late in here. It's time to take action, folks. We can do all the awareness in the world, but you got to take action. You got to change your business. So until next week. Yeah, until next week. Have a good week, guys.
Bye, everyone.